The Elite Defender, Psy, and the Energizer is just an extremely strong combination, and I will be doing Ouch Chimps here with 96,000 cash spare, which is quite a lot of cash spare. The last time I had something like close to this was back in the OP Pirate Lord days. I have seen some combinations go this high too recently as of that. So Dorio had a Lord of the Abyss and brick thing that was kind of crazy, that pushed a little bit higher than that. And then there's also recently the Absolute Zero Brickle Energizer that's done that. But now we're gonna have the Elite Defender with the Energizer and Psy, bringing it all the way up to 96k spare. And the Elite Defender is bugged, of course, but this still was very hard to do. I'm using the bugged Elite Defender to cut about 20,000 cash spare on what a Psy Energizer strategy would normally be able to get on #ouch. And this will be basically cutting stuff for round 100, stuff for round 95, and actually not really much so the early game and the mid game, because I've done actually, I think it was around 70,000, or I've seen a 70,000-ish cash spare Psygizer run on Ouch that just used the Elite Defender, and it works very well. It's got great synergy with Psy and Energizer, but now with the bug, it's ramped up to a whole new level, and the Elite Defender basically takes care of everything that Psy Energizer is missing. I'm going to need a few small support towers here, but this is pretty optimized. I only see like one upgrade that I have being able to be cut, but I got that to make the round 95 easier, which you'll see, which still ended up taking me a whole hour to do, but I actually believe it's possible to do without the primary training on the village for the glue and the ice. But the early game is pretty simple. Really nothing's being wasted besides that mandatory dart and sub. For the early game, I'm just able to go into the Energizer, well, not Energizer directly, I'm able to go into the reactor, and then that pushes into the Elite Defender. I am going to actually surprisingly have to get something extra for round 63, so I was really scared that this wouldn't allow me to get the level 20 for round 95, which is required. It's a really big bummer if you have to end up forking cash over to beat round 95, well, to upgrade Psy to level 20, but I was all good here, which is no worries. So I was able to get the Elite Defender, and then I could get the Snowstorm to beat round 63, and then I was able to just push forward and get Psy to level 20 on round 95, which is really nice. So that's all good and dandy, and then from there the struggle started right when I got level 20. Unironically, like, all the difficulty in this run started once you get Psy level 20, which nukes the entire screen. I talked about this in the other Psy Energizer run that I did, like the optimized one, on how if you're gonna be playing Psy Energizer like super optimized in a ton of cash spare, there's a lot of like really hard issues that you kind of just run into, for the whole reason that you cannot stall at all, and when Psy Energizer kills everything, that means you just do not get the ability back up for the next round, and round 97 gets insta-killed. So in order to do the 95, 96, round 97 practically doesn't exist, to 98 and 99 transition, you need the ability up for all 4 of those rounds. When everything practically just gets insta-killed, things can get really difficult. And it's like a lot more difficult than you might expect if you're just like seeing this run. You just see like level 20 ability destroys everything. You're like, ooh, I can just press the level 20 ability and it all goes away. I can just do that for the next rounds. But if you do it like too late, and it's very easy to do it too late. I was forced to use the ability very early on many rounds and just push through with the Elite Defender, and hopefully that Psy can clean up the rest by themselves. If you use it just a little bit too late, you basically do not have the ability up for the next round, and you're just automatically screwed. Round 99 can get you quite frequently, because if you don't have it up in time for 98 to use it early enough so you can kind of stall things out, round 99 will just come and there's nothing you can do, even if you have the Snowstorm and the stun ability. So it's definitely a huge challenge with the abilities when doing an optimized run. If you're not doing an optimized run, you can like get like I don't know, like an icicle impale or a super glue or an absolute zero and just not care about that issue. But especially if you have like an energizer with an absolute zero, that thing just goes crazy. But with this, there's definitely a lot of issues that can come up very easily if you're a little bit careless. But also another cool thing is that energizer gives the elite defender full, like pretty much full time. There's a tiny little downtime window for when it has the 4 times attack speed, but it's just really powerful, which is nice. It can shred DDTs and that stuff really well, but with the amount of towers that we have, it's still going to be pretty difficult. Now, going into the 90s, I was set on a path that gave me not 900,000, 106,000 spare, which would have been crazy if I was able to get that. That would have been the Ouch LCC, I believe. I don't think anything's necessarily cheaper than that. But I ended up having to get the jungle drums, and then a little bit later on, I'll get the mob glue and primary training. Just round 95 it hits, and I can't really do anything about it. These other rounds are really straightforward. I was just able to kind of beat all of them. Like round 94, for example, here, I just set the elite defender on strong, just use some of the abilities here or there, and then when all the ZMGs go down, you scream, and you literally scream everything, and the elite defender can just clean up what's rest of it. There's just no issues at all. Like, that was a very easy first try kind of thing. And then round 95 took me over an hour. So this is like an hour something minutes later, I get this attempt that works. And I needed a lot of luck, and I was forced to use abilities very greedily. I needed to use the level 20 late, but not too late, so that when this stuff came down, I could barely beat it, but kind of stall it out just enough so I got the scream to be half up, which is kind of where you need it to be. So you can't like use it late. I could have beaten that round very easily if I used the stun and the snowstorm, then scream, and then snowstorm to kind of clean up the rest. That would make it very easy, but I had to use it earlier, so I wasn't able to use stun at the start. Then I can just beat round 98 by taking out most of the wave, kind of saving a little bit of this so it stalls out. This part I assumed was going to be really easy. This ended up taking me a very long time. I don't know how, but the round 98 shouldn't be hard if you get everything right. At least it gave me the easy round 99. And then round 100 was kind of crazy because I almost didn't have Scream up in time. That was kind of an oversight on me, but luckily I was just barely able to get it. And there's 96,600 cash spare. Crazy run. Really powerful. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!